What if Earth lost its atmosphere for 60 seconds? Right now, you are surrounded by something you never see, yet you could not live without it. You walk outside today, breathe without thinking, hear distant sounds, birds, wind, engines. All of it depends on an invisible shield wrapped around Earth, the atmosphere. For most of human history, we barely noticed it. But what if everything changed in an instant? What if, for exactly 60 seconds, the atmosphere simply vanished? Not slowly, not fading, just gone. The immediate effect wouldn't be dramatic at first. There would be no explosion, no flash, no visible wave. What would happen first is silence. Absolute silence. Sound requires air to travel. Without air, vibrations cannot reach your ears. No wind, no voices, no engines, just stillness, a kind of quiet Earth has never known. But that silence is only the beginning. Right now, the atmosphere presses down on you with force you never feel because your body is adapted to it. Remove that pressure suddenly, and the gases inside your lungs begin to expand. If you instinctively tried to hold your breath, your lungs could be damaged. In a vacuum, the only correct reaction would be to exhale immediately. Your skin wouldn't explode, that's a myth, but it would swell as dissolved gases rapidly leave your blood. Moisture on your eyes and tongue would begin to boil, not because it's hot, but because the boiling point of water drops rapidly without pressure. Within the first 10 seconds, your body would start shutting down. You'd feel dizzy, your vision would narrow, your consciousness fading, and then you'd lose oxygen entirely. Within 20 seconds, most people would be unconscious. At the same time, something extraordinary would unfold above you. The sky, once familiar and blue, turns black, even though it is midday. The reason our sky is blue is because sunlight interacts with molecules in the air and scatters across the sky. Remove those molecules, and there is no scattering, no blue, just space. Stars would be visible even at noon, and the sun, once soft and diffused, would now be sharp, blinding, unfiltered by any atmosphere at all. The atmosphere doesn't just give us sky, it shields us. Ultraviolet radiation and high-energy particles bombard Earth constantly, but most never reach the surface because our atmosphere absorbs or deflects them. Without that protection, intense radiation hits directly. Not enough to vaporize cities in 60 seconds, but enough to begin damaging living cells almost immediately. Now let's talk about temperature. Many people assume Earth would instantly freeze without air, but that's not how heat works. Thermal energy already stored in the ground, water, and buildings would remain. Heat doesn't disappear in seconds, but something else would begin changing. Water. At normal atmospheric pressure, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. But boiling has two components, heat and pressure. When pressure drops, water begins to transition into steam at much lower temperatures. Oceans, lakes, and rivers would begin evaporating rapidly, not violently, but continuously and aggressively. Clouds would vanish. There would be nothing left to suspend them. Birds would fall from the sky. Aircraft would lose lift instantly. Wings rely on air to generate pressure differences that keep them aloft. No air, no lift. Planes would begin descending. Some might glide for a moment, but ultimately gravity would pull them downward. And this is where global consequences spread. Internal combustion engines require oxygen to burn fuel. Without air, engines stall. Power plants that rely on air for cooling systems would shut down. Fires would extinguish. Infrastructure would pause under the absence of wind and combustion. For a full 30 seconds, the systems of life as we know them would be suspended. Cities silent, oceans thinning, forests motionless. Then, at exactly 60 seconds, the atmosphere returns. Air rushes back toward Earth under the pull of gravity. Pressure equalizes. Gases redistribute unevenly, generating powerful winds and shockwaves. Storm systems would ignite from sudden temperature differences. Dust storms could rise instantly. The return might be as destructive as the disappearance, yet Earth itself endures. Here's the critical point. This scenario cannot physically happen. Our atmosphere is bound to Earth by gravity. Gravity does not turn off. Even catastrophic planetary events would not remove it in 60 seconds. Instead, this thought experiment reveals a profound truth. We live beneath an invisible ocean, an ocean of air that regulates temperature shields, harmful radiation enables water to remain liquid, carries the sounds of life, makes breathing possible. Without it, Earth would resemble Mars, cold, silent, exposed. Life on Earth survives not simply because the planet is in the right place, but because of what surrounds it. A delicate layer we rarely acknowledge. Sometimes, imagining the impossible helps us appreciate what we take for granted. Because survival is not guaranteed by the ground beneath our feet, but by the invisible ocean above our heads. The atmosphere is not just air. It is protection. It is balance. It is life itself. This is the unknown facts. The unknown facts, where curiosity meets the unknown.